This is Optimal Living Daily Relationships, episode 136. Unhealthy Relationships. Why in the World Are You Staying? By Lisa Merlo-Booth of lisamerlobooth.com. And I'm Joss Marie, back with another episode on the Relationships edition of Optimal Living Daily. This is the show where I narrate to you from some of the best relationship blogs in the world every single Monday through Friday, free of charge. So welcome and thank you for joining. Today, I have a post from Lisa Merlo-Booth all about the most common reasons women stay in unhealthy relationships. If you enjoy our content here and listen frequently, please consider subscribing to the show. Not only will you get episodes delivered directly to you daily, but by subscribing, you will also help boost our rankings in the Apple Podcast app. So thank you in advance for all your support. And with that, let's hear today's post as we start optimizing your life. Unhealthy Relationships. Why in the World Are You Staying? By Lisa Merlo-Booth of lisamerlobooth.com. I cannot tell you how many people, women in particular, stay in ridiculously unhealthy relationships. This pattern is due in part to the unhealthy socialization messages we give females. The messages to women and young girls are all about being attractive enough to find a man who somehow is going to make their life perfect. Women are taught to be accommodating, forgiving, nurturing, perfect, and loving. We teach our boys and men, unfortunately, to be emotionally shut down, aggressive, and harsh. Hardly the makings of a perfect life. You can see where this is going, right? We have men who are taught to be manly and women taught to be accepting, the perfect storm. And of course, there are many exceptions to this pattern, such as women who are controlling, harsh, and mean, and men who stay in such a relationship. The fallout of these teachings is a lot of hellish relationships. Some women are in physically abusive relationships wrought with physical violence, intimidation, and extreme control. Other women are staying in verbally abusive relationships with partners who call them bitches, whores, and worse. Some women stay with partners who cheat on them for years with little to no remorse, ogle countless women in front of them, and complain about their wives' looks. Far too many women are living with men who bury their heads in work, snap at them and the kids and need to be treated with kid gloves, or they will blow up and then blame the wives for their blow-ups. These are not healthy relationships. These relationships are toxic on every level, and staying in them is toxic to the women and any children involved. So why do so many women stay in such unhealthy relationships? Here are the 5 most unhealthy reasons women stay. Number 1, fear of being alone. Innumerable women stay because they're afraid of being alone. They believe that having someone is better than having no one. They rationalize this decision by saying that he's not bad all the time. Truth? Very few people are bad all the time. If you choose to be with someone, you should choose someone who is great most of the time with an occasional not great day, and never an abusive or caustic day. Number 2, a desperate need to be loved. Many women have father issues and are looking for a man to prove to them they are lovable. When they marry an unhealthy man and have these issues, they blame themselves for the man's behaviors. Truth. How someone treats you is not about you. It is 100% about them. All people deserve to be treated respectfully at all times, even during upset, by all people. Any poor treatment is due to the person who is treating others poorly. Number 3, the need to fix or save the other person. Women are trained to be pleasers and nurturers. Many, therefore, have a need to fix, save, and make others happy above themselves. This need to fix keeps bright, loving women in incredibly bad relationships. They stay thinking that if they can just get it right, then everything will be okay. Truth? There's a difference between working your side and taking responsibility for the other person's side. Only they can change their actions. You do not have the power to fix another human being. Number 4, it's what they know and lived. As children, we know what we lived, We live what we know. Many women stay in bad relationships because they watched their mom or dad stay or grew up with the very dynamics they are living now as adults. But instead of watching their parents do it, the women are doing it in their own relationship. Truth. We are destined to repeat our parents' mistakes if we're not conscious enough to know what they were. Get conscious. And number 5, fear he'll change and the next wife will get the best of him. Too many women are more concerned about who their partner might become than in who he actually is. Who your partner might become with someone else is irrelevant if he's not that with you. By and large, people are who they are unless they decide to do a lot of work on themselves. Truth. The incidence of divorce increases with each subsequent marriage and is as high as 74% for third marriages. The likelihood he's going to be great for the next woman is very slim and certainly not worth staying in a bad relationship. When it comes to healthy relationships, the bottom line is that you need to be healthy in them. Part of being healthy is knowing when to exit and not accept crumbs. Love yourself enough to not settle. Challenge. If you're in an unhealthy relationship, recognize it as such and stop fooling yourself otherwise. Next, stop making excuses for his poor behavior and do not blame yourself for his actions. Clean up your side and be willing to walk away if he refuses to clean up his. Do this guilt-free. You just listened to the post titled, Unhealthy Relationships. Why in the World Are You Staying? By Lisa Merlo-Booth of lisamerlobooth.com. Thank you to Lisa for letting us share this informative post with you today. And if you'd like to hear more from Lisa in the future, go ahead and subscribe to our show. As a subscriber, not only will you get our episodes delivered directly to you daily, but, as I mentioned briefly earlier, you will also help boost our rankings in the Apple Podcast app. This means a ton to our team here at Optimal Living Daily, as you are the reason we continue growing the show. So thank you in advance for subscribing, and have a great rest of your day. I hope to see you again tomorrow for a post from scienceofrelationships.com, where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this podcast, but also Optimal Living Daily, the show where I read to you from even more blogs covering finance, productivity, minimalism, personal development, and more from incredible bloggers like Derek Sivers, Zen Habits, Mark and Angel, The Minimalists, and all the ones you hear on this show too. So if you enjoyed today's episode and like taking amazing blogs on the go, come on over to Optimal Living Daily and subscribe to that one too. And together, we'll start optimizing your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Living Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode, and head to oldpodcast.com, that's OLDpodcast.com, for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.